Yeah, so I'm always impressed with beavers and all their engineering skills. Um, they just did all this stuff recently. They've got all the brush dragged out from that one there. And it looks like they took down 4 trees right here. But if you've ever done chainsaw work, you know that, when a tree gets hung up or if it's, leaning a certain way, you have to undercut it. Instead of cutting down, you cut up. And it looks like that's what this beaver's trying to do here. He's got this tree hung up and he's undercutting it. Pretty amazing. Yeah, these are poplar trees, popple they call them up here. So they're kind of soft wood, but they like to eat they drag all the branches and store them for the winter and then eat the tips and the buds and everything. Come on, Nug. But I thought that was pretty cool how he's undercutting that one so it'll come down. And yeah, this is all new. I can see they've done more back there. Some more they cut down. But yeah, they're amazing animals. There's a whole bunch here they just cut. You can see they got a pretty good trail going here. Nug, come on! Come on, Nug! Good girl. There's the Nug. She's nugging. Yeah, they got a pretty good trail here where they've been dragging all the brush down through. Once they get it to the water, it's easy for them to swim them. Yeah, but there's a whole series. These beavers have been here as long as I've been here, like 30 years. And, periodically the town or whoever comes and has to, they either break the dams if they start flooding different areas, or they will, they put these beaver deceiver cage things up, which kind of just deters them from building dams, and yet they can still live there. But I thought you might be interested if you never checked out beavers before. They're pretty amazing animals. You can see that one's probably from last year or earlier this year. But they've been really busy back in this area. I didn't realize these are all pretty fresh. They really kind of opened it up in here. Used to be you couldn't even walk in here. So, pretty cool. Nug likes smelling them. I had a dog, one of my dogs in the past was a Rottie Hound mix named Holly. And me and a buddy went camping one night on the river. And, we camped on this island. Had to build a campsite. It was pretty rugged over there. But it was a nice island to fish off of, and we didn't really notice when we were setting up the Nug's rolling in the beaver smell. Hopefully it's not beaver poop. But anyway, so we got our camp set up, and all of a sudden we realized we set up kind of right near a beaver lodge or a beaver entrance. On the river, they don't really build lodges. They burrow into the bank, and then they'll make a big pile of brush around their entrance. So that night, when we set our camp up, we realized we were near a beaver, and all of a sudden the beaver came out and started slapping his tail at us. And of course, that guy, I had a German Shepherd too, and it was kind of shallow out front of the island, and they were wading out there, and the beaver would swim right at him, and then right at the last minute spin around and slap his tail at him. And Holly was getting so mad. That beaver was really getting close to her, and oh, she didn't like it. I eventually had to, my German Shepherd was really well behaved, and I just had to call him, and he came and laid down when I told him. But Holly was way too interested in that beaver. I finally had to tie her up for the night so she wouldn't be. I didn't want to have to, have her get into it with the beaver and, take her to the vet or something. I don't know, or anyway. So ever since that night, and I used to take those dogs fishing with me all the time in my boat, and she would just be on the lookout for beavers the whole time. Stand right up in the front of the boat, and she would spot beavers. I couldn't even see them, but I could tell by her body language. She saw a beaver, way across the river, way downstream. She hated beavers. Ever since that night, every time we were on the river, that's all she did was look for beavers. It was pretty funny. Come on, Nug. So that's a beaver story for you. Yeah, I always enjoy seeing them on the river. I'll be trolling or fishing, and you get into an area where they are, and they'll come right out and slap their tails and let you know that they're there, and it's kind of a warning, stay away from my lodge or whatever. So, all right, little beaver story for you guys. Some interesting beaver work. And I hope you all are having a blessed day. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.